Hey, how you doing? I'm Hugh, and today I'm going to show you 5 last-minute Christmas gifts that you can make yourself in your garage or shed, and you can spend about $50 and get this done in a day. One gift you can make is a drink caddy. Second gift idea is a mini quarter toss board. Just like Cornhole, only a lot smaller. You can play it right on a table that you get together, have a couple of them, have teams, and it's a really easy project. Number 3 gift you can make at home is a serving board or charcuterie board. I like to say charcuterie because it sounds more fun. Super easy. It's really just a board that you put a nice food safe finish on, make sure it's nice and clean and sanded, and it's good to go. Fourth on the list is a wood burned sign. It doesn't have to be wood burned. You can paint it, you can write on it with a marker, you can use a fancy laser if you got one. I would if I had one. Number 5 is a catch-all tray or a valet tray, whatever you want to call it. Something to throw your keys on, your wallet, your phone when you get into the house so it doesn't all go into an ugly little basket underneath the shoe rack. Whoopsie. Here we go. Got my eye protection and ear protection, and I am ready to make some cuts. Please be safe. Use the right proper safety equipment. And as I find out here, also plug in your saw because it works so much better when you turn it on. I'm just making the first few cuts out of this material for the sides and bottom of the drink caddy. Very important that you lose your pencil whenever possible. Really helps with this project to move along quickly. Throw your pencil wherever you want to throw it. So, drink caddy, we got 2 sides, the bottom. Like that, we're going to trim these down and make them look a little nicer. Then we'll add on the sides. So, got a little handmade template. Measure out the sides, 5.5 inches, and the height, 11 inches. And you could just do literally just a straight line here, cut with a handsaw if you don't have a jigsaw. There happens to be a jigsaw here, so I'm going to use it. But again, you could easily just cut a couple simple angles on there and it'll look just fine. But I thought kind of some curves might make it look a little nice. So I'm going to use a jigsaw and cut this on here after I trace it out. Notice I don't put the box in line of the cut because I don't want to cut up this box. Alright, 2 sides built. For the cross pieces of the drink caddy, I'm going to use actually really simple. This is just called lath, wood lath, L-A-T-H. This piece right here is about 1/4 inch thick and like 1.5 inches wide or so, 4 feet long, 69 cents at Home Center. You want to cut these to the length of the bottom plus the thickness of your end pieces times 2. You got 2 ends. So this wood happens to be 7/8 inch thick. So I'm gonna multiply that by 2, 1 3/4 plus the 10 inches for the base. So 11 3/4. You'll need to look at the length of these. You want 4 of those. Once I get this first one measured and cut, I keep it in the exact same spot after it's cut and then use that to reference the other ones and butt them up to the end. Then I know they're all the same exact length. All right, got 4. 1 on each side, 2 on each side. So here I've got my random orbital sander chucked into my vise, and I am just sanding the sides and edges of the drink caddy smooth. Somehow I didn't get it on film, but I actually glued the sides to the bottom of the drink caddy with CA glue. It's pictured right there. And now I am using the dowel. It's a little oversized, so I'm actually going to figure out how long it needs to be by tracing it on the bottom, and then I can cut off that extra portion, and that should make it parallel with the top. Cut my dowel approximately down to size, which gave me a small offcut, and see what placement I like. I like right about there. You don't want to get too close to the top, because while I'm going to glue this in, it's kind of like holding on to something with just 2 fingers as compared to your whole hand. I want a little bit of meat for this to hold on to. So I think right about there, we're pretty good. Mark that and get it drilled. Again, I'm using a Forstner bit. Just really helps to keep the cut nice and clean. Mistakes happen, right? So as you can see, that first hole did not go so nice because I didn't have it clamped down, and I thought I could just rush it and it would be fine, but not so much. This time I'm going to pre-drill and get it from both sides, and that should really help clean this one up. Look at that. Works so much better when you do it the right way. Okay, so got my piece of dowel. I already cut it down to the same length as the bottom. So now I should be able to So I've got the dowel in most of the way. I actually do want to glue it in place. Personal preference. You don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put some glue all around right here. Okay, it's already dry. Same thing on this one. This one I just need to push the other way. Alright. Apparently I lost the footage, but all I used to put these pieces of lath on here was this Starbond CA glue. It's not a sponsored video, that'd be cool. But no, I just put some glue on this piece here, on this face, and CA glue, or the activator, excuse me, on the piece of lath, stuck them together, and it is on there. It would be just fine to use like this, but I will strengthen it a little bit with some screws and nails. All right, up next, number 4 will be the Cornhole boards, and I think I'm off on my numbering. It's tough to count all the way to 5. But mini cornhole, really easy project. All right, let's get into the mini cornhole boards. So I goofed up. This here edge was just what was on the board. And usually I clean up that edge on the miter saw before I start working. This time I wasn't thinking. To be honest, it's 4 a.m. here, so not a lot of thinking's going on. But this is why you clean up an edge first, because if I take my square, you can see it is touching here, and there's over 1/16 of an inch or more extra there. And same on the other side. So that's not square. And when I go to put the bottom support on there, you know, it's gonna sit crooked, and that's not acceptable to me. So this piece goes in the scrap bin. We'll try again. So what I did was measure across this way, find the halfway point, which for this is just under 2 inches, 1 15/16. And then came down 1 1/8 from the top of the board, and that will give me the top of my circle. So my circle is going to be right about there. I'll go drill that out right now. So I used that first hole to guide the second one. I know that one was right, so this one should be right too. So I got my quarter toss boards here. Got them nice and sanded. They're good to go. All I got left to do is just glue this on here, and they're done. Super quick, easy. So make sure I'm happy with the fit. That looks good. That's it. I will add a little more on the back and the other side, just to give it that extra rigidity. I have to order more CE glue. Good stuff. That one's done. Charcuterie board. I've got this basswood live edge piece of wood. This is beautiful. So we're gonna cut that in half, and we're gonna use it for 2 things here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just to give you something to kind of go off of. Okay, so this side's touching and this side's not in order to get it straight. So I'm just gonna put a shim here. I use a shim here because I don't want it to shift while I'm cutting it and chop off my fingers or anything like that. Straight and nice clean cut. Okay, so I think I like this one better for the charcuterie board. Intentionally froze it here. I lost the footage of me finishing the charcuterie board, but basically I sanded it down really well and then applied a food safe mineral oil. And then, like I said, bonus, this is actually going to be our sign later. Get to that in a minute. All right, for the sign, here's my sign wood. Got some stencils. Oh, $5.99 at Hobby Lobby. All right, we're gonna pick out stencils I need. So I'm gonna take a risk. I'm going to actually try and burn these on using the stencils. Pray for me. I torched on all the letters and it was done. Pretty easy. For the catch-all tray, I've got 2 equal-sized pieces of poplar. I'm just marking them out where I want all the lines and curves and stuff to be. Now that the jigsaw is cutting straight, I can basically connect the dots. The reason I cut those, or drilled those holes is, well, I wanted rounded corners, and I also wanted to be able to make those curves easily on the jigsaw. And if you don't pre-drill them, it makes it kind of difficult. Trying to be careful here, clamping on the edge of that, because there's not a lot to clamp to, and I don't want it to break or anything like that. So now just drilling out some more holes on the other side, and same thing, just going to connect the dots, and I will have 2 sections of a catch-all tray. After sanding off the rough jigsaw marks on the valet, I glued the top to the bottom, actually with CA glue, but there was a little bit of a gap here, so I just clamped it together, put a little more CA glue in the gap, and sprayed the activator. And that's 5 quick and easy things that you can make from simple supplies at the hardware store for about 50 bucks. Okay, simple tools. And if you like this video, if it was interesting to you, do me a favor and just like it. Click that like button and subscribe. I'm going to be putting up more videos pretty soon. Just interesting things, projects, stuff around the shop, garage, and I'd appreciate that. And like I promised, I do have one bonus gift that you can make in like 15 minutes. Super simple. It is coasters. Super easy. It's just a piece of wood. You just put a clear coat on it. Here's your bonus one. Coasters out of this piece of poplar. It's thin. It's about 4 inches wide. About 16 inches long. Set up a scrap as a stop block and make the same exact cut multiple times. And a coaster. Boom. Boom. And one more. 5 coasters. So I do 3 inches because I had a 16-inch board. I could use 5 instead of 4. So 5 coasters, sand them up, clear coat, done. I thought it would look cool to have the coasters on a little base with some dowels sticking out from it to kind of hold the coasters in place. So I drilled some holes, put some CA glue on the dowels, put them in, and then sprayed the accelerator. Did that on the first one, see how it went, and then when it went well, I did the other 4. Lost the audio here too, but basically I'm saying, hey look, I made some coasters, they're pretty cool, or something like that. Not too bad. So there you have it. 5 last minute Christmas gifts that you can make at home. We've got the drink caddy, the wood burned sign, charcuterie board, a valet or catch-all tray, a mini cornhole set, and some coasters. So there's still time. You can build all of this right here for
around 50 bucks, a couple hours of actual work getting it done. And I rushed through it just trying to get this video out for you all. But you can take your time and make just one of them and make it gorgeous, okay? So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, if you found anything useful in it, please like it and click that like button. Go ahead and subscribe for me. I'm going to be putting out more videos like this, more interesting projects you can do at home, quick and easy or more in depth. We'll figure that out as we go. But thank you again so much. Merry Christmas and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.